So, back for another VGC guide, and this time we are looking at Galarian Moltres. It's got Tailwind now, but I don't think that's going to be its best set. Because if you're going with the Tailwind set, you've got to compare against Iron Jugulis now. Now, Moltres is bulkier, but Iron Jugulis gets a booster energy, and it can increase its speed to be very fast. So it's going to be a little bit of a toss-up if you are going with the Tailwind one. We saw the Assault Vest one for Moltres pop up in the last generation as well, because it was like counters to Calyrex Shadow and all that as well. Like, it was perfect counter. But I think that's probably still going to be its best set, because it's going to be incredibly bulky, but it doesn't have Dynamax available anymore to turn Fiery Wrath into Max Darkness, which gets special defense drops and snowballs. It doesn't have Max Airstream to be able to boost its speed and actually do some very good flying damage as well. Fiery Wrath and Air Slash will do okay damage. Like, they're fine. Nothing special. And if you put it on a rain team, you can get away with Hurricane. But otherwise, you're going to have to go with Air Slash. Unless you're unless you're a madman and going with Hurricanes outside of rain. But Air Slash for consistency. Then you get the extra coverage of like Foul Play to not care about your special attack stat. In case you haven't got your Berserk, in case you're not going to be doing too much damage with this. Snarl to be able to just make yourself absolutely unkillable on the special side because your special defense is so great paired with the Assault Vest. An alternative as well would be Sucker Punch. It's going to be pretty weak, but it's still a priority move. So it can break a Focus Sash or just KO a Pokemon that's a Focus Sash. I would say that these four are probably the best four, but Sucker Punch is going to be a close fifth. So yeah, going to be able to do some still respectable damage with the special attack investment. Like, I gave it a reasonable amount. I didn't want to go max. I want still some physical bulk. So I've just hit the bump for 154 and then I dumped into defense. You don't need any special defense investment at all. That's diminishing returns. You don't need it. You can put some speed into it. I would probably take the physical bulk out to be able to increase the speed. And if you're on a Tailwind team, maybe you need a little bit more. I'm trying to remember now because it's been a while since there was Landorus, but I'm pretty sure that outspeeds the Jolly Landorus. Jolly Choice Scarf Landorus, that is, if you're in Tailwinds. So there's potential speed creeping to be involved. So you can take it out of the special attack as well. I've just gone for a general, like, hit the bump, so that you can still do respectable damage. I think it's justifiable to even just completely sack off your special attack and go with basically max defense, because then you're truly unkillable, and you'll just be relying on Foul Play and Snarl, and just accept that you won't do too much damage with Fiery Wrath and Air Slash until you get a Berserk. Like, when you get Berserk, you'll do very respectable damage. But until you get that, you won't really. I think it's fine to sack off the special attack. But having more special attack here makes more use of the Berserk when it happens, because then you're up to like close to 230 special attack when you get a Berserk, which is very respectable indeed. So yeah, I think that this is probably going to be the best set. It's going to be quite hard to take care of. Give it the Steel Terra typing. That's what was on the Iron Jugulis that won the regional it won, so and it's a very good defensive typing for Moltres. It resists the Rock and the Fairies that's going to be going after it as well. And it's going to be just generally a very good defensive typing. So I think this is probably the best way to use it. If you want to be going with the Tailwind set, feel free. It's still fine. It is slightly different to Iron Jugulis, but you do have to consider, like, one is your booster energy free. If it is, it probably should be Iron Jugulis. If the booster energy isn't free, it's probably a bit more justifiable to go with the Moltres, but also just the fact that it gets a lot more bulk, like significantly more bulk. I did just have a quick look, and Iron Jugulis can get a booster energy increase in its defense or its special defense if it does want, so then it can technically match Moltres for defenses, but then Moltres can do other things without having to have booster energy. You get the Citrus Berry to increase your bulk, so technically you're more bulky with the Citrus Berry, and you still get the benefits of Berserk to be able to actually do respectable damage once again. Like I said, it gets Tailwind now. If you're not doing the damage you want to be doing, Helping Hands gets that as well. So I'm pretty sure all of the Cantonian birds and their Galarian variants got Helping Hand now, so that is going to be very nice as well. Fiery Wrath and Air Slash for consistency. You can go with Foul Play and again sack off your special attack and just increase your bulk and turn it into a somewhat of a Mandibuzz. That would be fine. Like we saw Mandibuzzes go with Foul Play and Snarl as their only movesets. And then again, you can just dump your special attack as well. And then just go pure bulk. And then that would be very hard to KO. The only downside with this is it doesn't get Roost. Like, Moltres would be busted if it got Roost, because you can activate Berserk multiple times. If it got Roost, it could be a true Mandibuzz. Like, probably even a better Mandibuzz because of Berserk. But, alas, it doesn't. If you're going with the Weakness Policy Nasty Plot set that was so prevalent in the previous generations, it's probably going to be a bit worse. Because what made it so good was Dynamax. Like, Dynamax, I've already said about the Darkness and the air streams, but Weakness Policy is a way better item on Dynamax Pokemon because you've got double HP, so you can easily take those moves. And, yeah, you're not going to be doing as much damage. So, this will still be okay. I think this is a perfectly fine moveset. but I doubt it would be the best set at this point. I reckon that the Assault Vest is the way to go. Tailwind is perfectly fine, but should it be a 9 Juggless? And if that's not the comparison, Assault Vest can just be unkillable.